Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is Monday, October 17th. I was off work today. However, I did do something for work, which reminds me, I need to write myself a note because I forgot to bill for it. Can't do that. Not working for free. I know that. I'm just writing a quick note so I can remember to do the invoice when I get off of this video. Okay, we have a lot to chat about. All right. So I'm going to recap, go through the weekend because it will lead me into everything I want to discuss with you guys. So Friday, remember Friday we tried out the new person. She worked out fine. I worked until 6:30. That day went okay. Now, Saturday, my plan was to go over to my mom's at about 11 o'clock because my stepfather's birthday was Thursday and I wanted to give him his gift, visit with them for a little bit. And then I was planning to go to Michael's because I wanted to see if they had any other sizes of those hoops I had bought and see if they had any more of that fabric because I really like it, the 28 count Irish linen. Because I had coupons. I had a $5 voucher to Michael's. And then I had a 20% off coupon for everything that wasn't on sale. So I was like, that'll work out. And then I was even planning on stopping at Hobby Lobby to see what cross stitch fabric they had because I've never really paid attention. So that was my plan. And then I was going to come home. Bill was planning to go fishing down the end of our street. So we kind of had the day to do whatever. So I did go to my mom's, and it was funny because when I went over there, she watches Identification Discovery Channel, the ID channel. I think that's what, Investigative Discovery, that's what it's called. She was watching this show, and she had just started it when I came in, where this woman got killed, her roommate got shot, but her roommate lived. And so you come to find out the woman that got killed was separated from her husband. And this kind of show, they actually showed the real police interviews. And you see the guy come in, the husband that she's separated from. He comes in and the police question him and they tell him that she's dead and he doesn't really have like a reaction. And I said, Mom, he did it. She says, Jesus Christ, I don't want you on my jury. I was like, all right. So I left before the end of the show. She messages me when I'm in Michael's. She's like, oh my God, the husband did do it. I said, I told you he did it. I was dying laughing. It was so funny. So I did find they had 3 more things of the fabric and they were only $7.99 a piece. I thought that was great. So I bought those 3 and they did have 2 other, They did have 2 other hoops. Oh, good night. Things falling. So this is a 10 by 10. So I got that one. And then they had this oval one, which I thought would work really well for a piece that's long. So yeah. Remember Romper Room? Did you guys ever watch that show? Yeah, when I was a kid, I did. Okay. So there's that. And then I didn't go to Hobby Lobby. I wound up deciding to go to Joann's. Boy, does that store suck. Sucks for cross stitch. There was like nothing. So I walked out of there with nothing. And then I decided to go to Five Below because Five Below was right next door. Because I was looking for a new Ord container. I wanted like something ceramic. Like, you know what I mean? Now, I did find this. And everything in Five Below is pretty inexpensive. Remember those wood blocks? It's like the incense stuff that my boss got me. I found this little tray to like put it in as it's like cooling down. That was in like the essential oil section. They had a whole section. And then I found this because this is actually made for it too. This is my new Ord container. This was $3. Love it. So nice and smooth and pretty. Okay, so that leads me into my new purchase number 1. So do you see my cart back here? Let me tilt the IKEA cart. Normally, I would have had my junk journals. I used to have my junk journals up on the top of there, and I would like set my phone on top, and I was like I wanted to get, there's an Etsy seller. Let me show you because it shipped today. Yeah, don't you love getting those shipping notifications? I'm going to show you. I have had this in my cart for a really long time. And I had asked Bill if he wanted to make me one, and he just like kind of looked at me and laughed. And when we were talking, I'm like, forget it, I'll just buy it. It is a topper for that cart, which makes it flat. Here's the picture. So it makes it flat. The underside has like a lip, and so it fits very nicely on top. And it's $25, and it was $14 shipping because, you know, shipping a big piece of wood. So I told him, I said, I went ahead and ordered it because I want to put that on the top of that cart, and then I can set my ore container, my mug, my phone. I can set all that there. And we also have teal paint from when we did my vanity. So I'm going to spray paint it teal when it comes, because I don't think it's like shellacked. It's just like unfinished wood. So I'm going to paint it. So hopefully that will be here this week. Can't wait for that. So that was purchase number 1 that I did. You know, I'm constantly trying to evolve my setup over here to where it's like, I'm like Goldilocks, always trying to find like the perfect setup, right? So, new ore container. I used it yesterday. Very pleased with that. Okay, so when I got home from my little Michael's, Joann's, Five Below, all of that, when I got home, I had lunch. Bill was going down the end of the street, and he said, I got your bike set up. He said, I put a camping chair on the handlebars if you want to ride down later on and sit with me for a while. And I'm like, okay. I said, I'm going to get my stuff put away, and I'm going to do all that. So I did. I did wind up going down there and sitting with him, which was very nice. I sat down there with him for like half an hour. But in the meantime, I came in here, and so let me flip you guys around. Wait a minute. Let me talk to you for a second. So when I can flip you around. Let me just like go this way. When I'm sitting here stitching, so you see right here, that is a tray that Jill got me for Christmas. I have my threads and my scissors in it. Those are my Raycon earbuds. When I sit here, I normally have my iPad right here on this arm of the chair. Well, I decided, I'm like, I gotta get a stand for the iPad. So I went looking. I went looking on YouTube, because I knew that someone in our community, and it's Ginger Gerald, he had bought an iPad stand, actually that's made for a microphone stand, a mic stand. And so I watched his video and I went and ordered it, and it came today. So I'm going to show you. So I pulled my Lowry stand back out. Yes, indeedy I did, because I absolutely love it. And so here's my stitching progress. All I have left to do is the hat, and I'm going to be done. And Alyssa said that she is ready to ship out my finishing form that she made for me, so can't wait. Now, I covered the pattern. So I make a copy of the pattern, and I put it here so it's right in front of my face. This is the lamp that I've been using, but I'm like, I want something with more light, because this light isn't enough, right? So I went looking on Amazon. And look at this light that I found. I will link it down below. So it clamps, right? It clamps on, but watch it. This is so awesome because it really does provide a tremendous amount of light. So it has 3 settings. When you click it on, let me do it over my needlework so you can see. When you click it on, look how much light it puts. It illuminates the whole project. So that is the setting I would probably normally have it, because then they have like I don't know what kind of light that is. And then there's this light, which seems really bright. It's rechargeable. You plug it in, you know, USB. Now, this clamp, I tried to clamp it onto the Lowry stand. Nope, that's not going to work. It will clamp to the edge of the hoop, but not great. So I'm like, all right, what am I going to do? And then I remembered that people had, that's the laptop, that's the iPad stand. People had, there's a light bracket. I think, is it called light bracket? Let me see. I'm going to pull it up and show you. Wait a minute, I got to put it back in my email. Wait a minute. Bear with me 1 second here. It's a Lowry accessory. And I bought it from Lovecrafts, the place where I bought balls. Wait a minute. Lowry stand light bracket. Yeah. I'm going to have to search. Let me search here and I'll be able to show you. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. It is a bracket. It was $35 on Lovecraft's website. Here it is. It is a bracket that fits over the stand. See, it's right here. And where you can like put a light in and different things. It's actually square. Let me see if they show it. Okay, yeah, they show it. See how they have it on there? They have like little tools like your scissors in there, all of that. I want to be able to clamp that light to it. That light will clamp to this because it's like square. And then I also want to clamp the iPad holder to that. Now, I looked on one of my Facebook groups for cross stitch and 9 times out of 10, people had this right here. However, I want it like up here because my thing is out further. My bar is out further. So I have more of this bar. My clamp is out further, I mean. So I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to have to fool with it. I'm going to have to give myself some grace and patience to fool with it. But it just shipped yesterday. No, that didn't ship yet. Not yet. I'm hoping it ships here in the next couple of days so I can have it because I can't use that light until I get this because it just will not clamp to a round bar. But it will clamp to that for sure because there are a bunch of people that have different lamps that have clamped to it. Now, the iPad holder came today. Let me show you that. That came today. It clamps. You see how I have it clamped? It is sturdy, like it doesn't move. But I still want to clamp this to that bracket that I'm getting. But the iPad fits in it. You kind of tilt it where it's the corner of it's here, the other corner's here. I will link Gerald's video down below because he demonstrates it very, very well. I will also link this. I want to say this was $18 on Amazon. Really nice. Now, the only thing is, you know, my iPad, let me show you. My iPad comes in, I have a case for it. You have to take it out of the case to put it in here. It will not fit in there in the case. But I sat here today pretending to like stitch. It's going to be magnificent to have my iPad like in front of my face. And a lot of people have this because if they use Pattern Keeper. Do you know what I mean? And they're looking at their pattern on their iPad or their tablet. So this was one of my better purchases for sure. So when that bracket comes, I'm going to put it right up here, clip this to it, have that light. I'm going to be set up. And then when that comes, I'm actually going to move probably that tray up to here with my Ort container and like my cup, my phone, all of that. And as you can see, I move stuff around. So I moved this back over here because, and then I put my blanket thing over here because when I was, let me move my finger. When I would swing my stand out of the way, it would hit this cabinet. Can't have that. And let me also talk about how I had my Lowry stand situated next to my chair. Now, most people, because here's the bottom bar. See that? Most people have that under the chair. The way that my recliner is, when I had it under my chair, and I had that weight on it, because that's a 10-pound weight that I got on Amazon, and I'm actually going to order another one so I have 20 pounds on it, because once I get like this on there and that light, it's going to be a little heavy. Do you know what I mean? And especially if I ever use, if I ever stitch a bigger project that won't fit in these hoops, I'm going to have to use like my scroll rods that I have. And that's going to definitely put weight on this stand. So I think another weight will work great. I really like that weight. Now, it wasn't cheap. I think the weight's like 40 bucks. And I know that probably seems ridiculous to some people to spend that much for a weight. For me, it's definite peace of mind. I don't mind spending that. And I absolutely love it. It's covered in neoprene and it fits perfect on the base. Absolutely perfect. So I decided, when I was sitting here the other day, I think it was yesterday, I'm like, I don't have to have that base. Oh, what was happening was when I would put the recliner part out, it would move the stand. The stand would somehow, the apparatus underneath, it was pushing it. And I said, okay, how can I do this where I don't have the plate under the recliner? Just like this. It works perfect. And when I'm done, I just swing it out of the way. Yep. Swing it right out of the way. So, you know, finagling your setup to get it to where you want it. And, wait a minute, hold on one second. Okay, it was something for work. I had to look in an email real quick. I just checked my email though when I had you paused, and there's a new book coming out on Halloween from Kirsten Moglin. Can't wait for that. I did finish the Joy Fielding book, really liked it, and I'm actually reading Ian Reid's new book called We Spread. I actually got it from the library on my Kindle, which I was very glad about. His books are a little odd. He only wrote one other one that I read called I'm Thinking of Ending Things. The Netflix movie sucked, but the book was really good. This book is good. I don't know how to describe it. You'll have to go search it on Amazon. Like I said, if I remember, I'll link it. But, so yeah, I'm very excited about the setup for my stitching. And I've already picked out my next project. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to stitch it again on the 28 count Irish linen that I got from Michael's. It's only 4 colors. It's another pattern out of the Primrose Cottage Stitches 13 Spooky Smalls book. It is the Trick or Treat one. I absolutely loved this one so much when I first saw it. There it is. And I've already ordered a finishing form from Alyssa at Starry Night Studios. The one for the Wicked Without Coffee, she said she almost has ready, or she has it ready and she's going to ship it today. Can't wait to get it. Yeah, I told her, I said, I'm going to be getting a lot of finishing forms from you because I would rather devote my time to stitching. I don't mind putting my fabric around like the sticky board. I can do that. But as far as like all the other, I would just rather be stitching, right? And I kind of want to finish it. The finishing form I ordered, it's going to be like a fall orange gingham fabric like this. And I have the black rickrack piece of cake. Piece of friggin' cake. So, can't wait to do that. I know I'll finish that tonight, the Wicked Without Coffee, because all I have to do is stitch the hat. So, to keep going with Saturday, when we came back from fishing at the end of our street, we had dinner, and we had planned on building a fire. We have a fire pit, so we wanted to do that and have s'mores. So we went to the grocery store, got s'more stuff. Now, we have 2 like Adirondack chairs, sort of, back there at our fire pit, and we have seat cushions on them. Now, it had rained, I don't know, it had rained like 5-6 days ago. And when we go out, so it's nighttime, I'm in jeans, we go out to sit at the fire pit, and I feel the cushion, and it feels cold, and I'm like, well, it doesn't feel wet, though. So I sit down. Well, something was fucking wet on that chair because we sat there for a good 45 minutes. And when I got up, I'm like, why do my pants feel wet? Oh my God. It literally looked like I had either peed or pooped myself. I had to change my pants and my underwear. It was crazy. Bill was dying laughing. He was laughing so hard. So, but it was good. We watched a couple 2020s when we came in. Yeah, we really liked that show. So, fabric. Wait a minute, I'll talk about that in a second because I went on a diatribe with Bill about that the other day. So Sunday comes, we went to the grocery store and good God. So I don't know why Bill was like irritated Sunday morning. Sunday mornings, I'm always tired. We're trying to get up early and go to the grocery store before a football game comes on. And neither one of us love to go to the store, so it's always just like a chore. I'm trying to change my attitude about it, but it's just... So on Sunday mornings when we go to the store, we go to the same store. There is this older lady, and I want to say older. She looks like she's in her 70s, okay? Cashier. Loves Bill. And always has something to say to him. Always trying to engage me in like smack talking about him. Like it's a little bizarre. I don't know why. Well, by the time we got through the store, I was in no mood. I was in no fucking mood for bullshit. And at that time in the morning, which it was like 8:15, 8:30, that woman is only like one of two cashiers open. So we get in line and there's two gentlemen in front of us. One's checking out, one has his stuff on the conveyor belt. And she says, wow, I get all the men in my line today. And I looked at Bill and I'm like, I am in no mood. I am just, no. So in the background, now mind you, they have like Mylar balloons there that you can buy for like birthdays and graduation and stuff. They must have been replenishing the stands because you could constantly hear the blowing up of a Mylar balloon, okay? The cashier, mind you, I'm not making eye contact. I'm not trying to engage this woman at all. I just want to get the fuck out of the store. She looks at me, directly at me, and says, do you hear that noise? That's, they're blowing up balloons. I know it sounds really weird. And, you know, if I would have paused for like 10 seconds, I probably wouldn't have said what came out of my mouth. I said, I worked at a party store for like 3 or 4 years. I know what balloons sound like being blown up. She says, sorry. And she said it just like that. And Bill was like, ooh, you pissed her off. I said, I don't fucking give a shit. I'm in no mood, lady. I'm in no mood to play today. Like, who gives a fucking rat's ass if somebody is blowing up balloons? So, we get up to the line. And she says, does he put stuff in the cart all the time that he's not supposed to? And I said, no, not really. He doesn't really do that. And I think she wanted me to say yes because she wanted to like commiserate or something. No, he doesn't do that. First of all, when we go to that store, I'm scanning everything. He's not putting anything in these bags that I don't know he's putting in there because I have to fucking scan it. She's like, oh yeah, I got 2 men at home. And I'm just like, get me the fuck out of this store. Get me out of this store right now. I was in no mood. I was in no mood. So we get home. We're unpacking the groceries. I'm trying to make up crab cakes, put cookies in the oven, and do the dishwasher. And I was cleaning it was a whole host of crap. And I finally got to sit down at like noon. Yeah. Stepdaughter came over, watched a football game with us. And then, okay, so Sunday night. Now, everyone this weekend has either been watching the new Halloween movie with Michael Myers, Jamie Lee Curtis, or they've been watching that show, The Watcher, on Netflix. If one more person messages me and says, have you seen this show? I'm going to scream because literally I have had so many people, all in good nature, of course. So many people contact me and say, have you watched this? My mom this morning, Jill, Cindy, whole bunch of people. Everybody asked me to watch this show. I started watching it yesterday because I finished watching The Handmaid's Tale, which, holy shit, if you're not watching that. I started watching the first episode of The Watcher. I didn't get through very much of it. I will watch more tonight because I'm going to stitch tonight before bed. But my mom and my sister and my stepdad all watched the Halloween movie. They hated it. They said it was boring and stupid. Jill was going to watch it. And I told Bill, I'm like, we hated the last one. They had another one that came out last year or the year before. So stupid. But I said, so last night, we're up here getting dinner, and I said, what are we going to watch? Because we were caught up on all of our shows. We got, you know, you get sick of watching YouTube. And I said, well, let's watch the new Halloween movie. We already have Peacock, so we already pay for it. He's like, okay. And I said, let's just go into it thinking we're going to make fun of it, right? We're going to, it's just going to be a movie that we're going to watch. We actually liked it. We liked it. There was a story. It all made sense. I don't know. So I messaged my mom and I was like, we actually liked the movie. And Jill said she didn't think it was that bad either. So, and it kind of was an eye opener because it was like I went into it with no expectation, right? Zero expectation, and was pleasantly surprised. So I'm like, maybe that's a little life lesson that I need to like impart on the rest of my life, right? So yeah, we watched that. All right. Now, fabric choice. So, over my illustrious long stitching career, I have mostly erred on the side of bright color fabric. I love colored fabric. However, I am erring more on the side now to more neutral colors. You have to be, and I don't like to get too much in my head when I'm picking fabric. That is my biggest choice besides how to finish it, right? But you have to be careful. You have to think ahead a little bit how you're going to finish something, because your fabric should not compete with your stitching or with however you finish it. If you have this crazy hand-dyed fabric, most of the time you should be stitching in monochrome, like one color, and have like a very basic frame or whatever. If you are finishing stuff like this, where it's like the background is this, you need to have a plain fabric. Otherwise, it's going to look too ridiculous and busy. So there is definitely things that you need to think about. And I am trusting the designer's fabric choices more. Will I use the same exact fabric color? Maybe not. But it will give me pause in what I pick out to stitch. Like the fabric I pick. Okay. Now, I have been wanting to stitch this. You guys know I had originally colored paper for it. I don't know how I'm going to stitch it now. I may stitch it on that paper, but I might stitch it on fabric now that I'm stitching on fabric again. I love this frame. And on the inside of the pattern, it said right here, this custom board was made by this guy. There's his Etsy store. I went to his Etsy store like 2 weeks ago, and I didn't see any listed, so I messaged him and he said, there's going to be some new ones listed today, the 17th. So I had set an alarm. The frame is gorgeous, handmade. I get it. I totally get it. But when I went to his shop, that frame is $80 fucking $80. I almost fell over. I was like, I'll add it to my cart, but I don't think I'm going to spend $80 on this frame. $80. My head, like almost, yeah. But I get it. It's handmade. I'm sure. I don't even know how many he has. He sold out last time, so who knows? It's gorgeous. The frame is gorgeous, like I said, but ooh, $80? Nah, I don't think so. Okay, that's all I got to chat about. That was a lot, wasn't it? That was a whole lot. So many things, go into our enjoyment of stitching and picking out the fabric and the lamps and what's nice is, and I've already thought ahead, because I'm going to a retreat at the beginning of December. I want to take my little table clamp that fits a hoop, but I want to bring this light. This light will clamp onto the table, and then all I have to do is angle it. Now, what's neat about this, look, this splits. Like if you had a really long piece, that is really bright. It's so awesome. I'll have it together like that, but it will split. It's so neat. I love it. It was definitely worth the money. And I want to say it wasn't that much, $19, if that. So like I said, I will link all of this stuff down below. Gerald's video, I will link with the iPad stand. I feel like that's it. That's a long video. This is a half hour. I've been chitty chatting, jibby jabbing. Yeah. But it was a good weekend. It was a good weekend. So Mom's birthday is this Thursday. I already got her present, so I'll be going over there. I have a massage on Saturday at 11. So I'll probably not get over there until the afternoon because I'll have to come home, take a shower, do all that. And I think Bill's going to try to go fishing. He's going to try to take the boat out. But yeah, I love my stitched piece. I love how it's turning out on the linen fabric. And I have to say, someone had commented a couple videos ago that said, you're the epitome of never say never. I never say never anymore. I would have never thought that I would be stitching on linen again, honestly. I love it though. I really am enjoying it very, very much. So, okay, I'm going to get off of here so I can get this video up for you guys. I hope you guys all had a great weekend, that you're having a good start to the week. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.